Copyright My Freedom, Old Quarter 4. Copyright Ediciones, Beltrán LC. Author, Dama Beltrán. Copyright Cover Images, Mikey Nicky Desing. Translation and Correction, Ediciones Beltrán LC. All rights reserved. All total or partial reproduction, informatic treatment, and distribution by photocopied, electronic, mechanic, or any other means of this work is strictly prohibited without written consent from the copyright owner. However, it won't be granted because I spent a lot of hours and lost several family gatherings as I wrote this. Dear reader, you've chosen Bruce's book. I must warn you that you'll find chapters in this novel that may hurt your feelings. Therefore, it has A+18 in the cover. I remind you that what you're about to read is product of my imagination. Nothing is real, and I'm not a writer who promotes violence, nor entices you to become an avenger. The great fire dragon cannot surrender, doesn't have mercy, doesn't have a heart, and his evilness unincomparable. But what the fire dragon doesn't know is that it will only take one look from her to tame the monster that lives in him. D.B., June 21, 2018. For Mikey Nicky, with lots of love. Thanks for helping me. Prologue. New York, May 4, 2017. 5 years after the tragedy in Old Quarter. The blood was flowing. Bruce put his forearm on that bloody nose and cleaned the tickle of blood that was going down his upper lip. He stared at the one he had to defeat that night. There was one more round, so the referee raised his arm in victory. "Sit down," he ordered after pushing him to a corner of the ring. "I'm fine," he assured after shaking his head again and spraying the public with his sweat. "1 minute," shouted the referee without paying attention to Bruce's words and raising the index finger of his left hand very near his face. With his eyes filled with anger, Malone watched his surroundings. He was looking for the figure that had to let him know when to free the beast that lived inside him and destroy that night's opponent. He always acted the same way. He let the opponent think he had a tiny chance of winning, and that way, the bets against him rose. Then in the last round, just when they were tied, Ray looked at him and gave him carte blanche. At that moment, the real Bruce Malone showed up on the ring. He took a deep breath, leaned his head of the padded canvas, and continued looking at the place. The men passed from one place to the other, the bills they bet, while a young man wearing a white shirt and black pants was writing down the new bets in a notebook. He looked away from them, bored of looking at the same things.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?